I am delighted and excited today that I have the privilege of interviewing Dr. John Demartini, a world-renowned teacher on personal development, a man who's helped a lot of people, including myself, in that personal transformation journey for people to overcome the obstacle, a world-renowned bestseller, author, and a consultant, a business consultant. Welcome, Dr. Demartini.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for giving us your time. I'd like to start the series off by asking you to clarify something. I get a sense that there are people out there who believe success was meant for some people, not for them.
Yes, I think that some people have been so surrounded by uncertainty that they've never dug inside and discovered their magnificence. But I believe that everybody has a true genius, a true leader, an unbelievable potential and power inside themselves. It doesn't matter where you've come from. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It doesn't matter what you're going through. What matters is you have a dream. And are you willing to apply the principles and methods that have stood the test of time by all great achievers and incorporate them into your life and begin to do something amazing with your own life? And I believe that that's inherent in everyone. And when people are authentic and allowing themselves to be their true self, this magnificence begins to shine.
I think a good way of concretizing what you're saying is really through your own life experience. You didn't start off by having this glorious life, did you?
Well, you know, it all depends on how we perceive it. I always say everything is on the way, not in the way.
Okay.
And yes, I started out with having to wear braces as a child because I had a deformity of my arms and legs. And then I ended up having, in first grade, I was told I would never read, write, or communicate, never amount to anything, never go very far in life. And I ended up dropping out of school and living on the streets. And then I nearly died when I was 17. And then as a result of that, I was led to this little class where a great teacher appeared. And one night in 1 hour with his one message, my life changed. And he believed in me more than I believed in me. He saw more in me than what I could see in me. And his certainty for my accomplishment was greater than mine. And that was the beginning of a turning point. And that was 39 years ago. And today I'm living what I saw the night I met him. And that is to do what I do, which is travel the world and try to share inspirational message with people, help people live magnificent lives.
Okay. I think the key from what you're saying is it's about belief. And luckily you had somebody who believed in you. There are many people who don't have anybody who believes in them. And so they believe that the challenges that define their lives right now are what life is supposed to be going forward. So they're sitting here thinking, they're talking about pie in the sky. This is not for me. What would you say to them about the need to believe that you deserve the best? Well,
whatever you believe, you tend to realize. So if you believe you can't, you probably won't. If you believe you can, you will. And so I'm a believer that when you set real goals that are realistic, that are in real time frames, that are achievable, and you do things that are really meaningful to you, that you're inspired to do, that you're willing to do whatever it takes to do it, and you're willing to endure the support and challenge to achieve it, they're really capable of doing extraordinary things. If we find something that's truly meaningful to us, we have the capacity to do it. Whenever we set goals that are congruent with what's highest on our values, our highest aspirations, we don't give up on things. And we pursue things. And we start to develop an attitude of I can, I know, and I am. Instead of I can't, I don't know, and I'm not. And so an affirmative belief system can transform the world. And no matter what, everybody wants to make a difference in the world. And the truth is, if they start to set goals that are real for them, inspiring to them, they really can make that difference.
Okay. In practical terms, what would you say to somebody who is sitting in Soweto right now and their biggest challenge is, what am I going to feed the kids? The school fees, where is it going to come from? Where would you say they would start? They should start to get to the life that they want.
Well, when it comes to economics, the wisest thing I can usually advise is to find some skill, talent, or desire inside you to be of service. The greater the willingness to have service for people, the greater the potential for income. It's not realistic to expect to have an income without being of service. So you have to care enough about other people to find out what will serve them with your skills and then dedicate your life to being of service. And the greater the number of people you serve, the greater the potential for wealth building. And then instead of sitting there and talking about woe me and focusing about being a victim of your history, it's wiser to be a master of your destiny and utilize your skills and talents to be of service, to earn the money to expand your life.
And so it's about having purpose, is it? And being self-aware. Do you find that a lot of people spend a lot of time finding that about themselves? Isn't that a key that people must spend time to know themselves, to understand or define their own purpose?
Well, I say that whatever is highest on our values, whatever is highest in our priorities, whatever is really most important to our life is the purpose in life. It's the most meaningful thing. So you don't have to really search. All you got to do is look carefully at what your life is demonstrating. Whatever is most important to you, you don't need outside motivation to do. You're inspired from within. And that's the direction where you will excel the most. And finding that is looking in the mirror. There are some indicators, looking at how you fill your space and how you spend your time and how you spend your energy and how you spend your money and what you think about most and what you desire most. There's certain indicators that can give you clues. But if you look at what your life demonstrates and what you don't ever let yourself down on, that's the direction that you're going to not give up on. And if you now find a service to help people with that direction, extraordinary things can unfold in your life.
In other words, is that things that give you energy, things that you're passionate about, things that you can lose yourselves in
Yes.
when you're doing.
Whenever you're doing something that's truly meaningful to you, you can't wait to get up in the morning and do it. And when you can't wait to get up in the morning and be of service to people, people can't wait to get that service. And I always say that our wealth is really our well-being and our wholeness. And when we're being true to ourselves, as the Delphic Oracle said in the ancient Greece, be thyself, love thyself, honor thyself, know thyself. And I think that that's the secret. If we just allow ourselves to be who we are, instead of subordinating to people around us and compare ourselves to other people, compare yourself to your own dreams and work every day to fulfill those dreams. And the internal conflict that you live within becomes the inspiration that you share without.
And I think that's the biggest challenge for a lot of people. I find a lot of people are driven by comparing themselves with other, competition, a sense of belonging to a community, and they do that at the expense of their dreams. What would you say to them? How would they go about being brave enough and having courage to stand on their own and be authentic?
Well, I think it was Albert Einstein who said, "My contempt for authority made me one." And it was Ralph Waldo Emerson who said, "Envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide." I don't think we're here to subordinate to anybody and live in anybody's shadows. I think we're here to stand on the shoulders of giants. And I've worked in a program that I do called the Breakthrough Experience. And in that program, I help people identify extraordinary people in their lives that they admire, and then look at the traits that make them stand out, and then look inside themselves for those same traits, and then ask, where do I have and when do I demonstrate those traits, until I realize that nothing's missing in me. I have those traits. And when they do, they give themselves permission to stand on those shoulders and do something even greater. And I believe that that's inside everyone. And I love watching that come out when I travel the world and I help people, because the truth is, it's there. Nothing's missing it. It's there in a form, we just haven't acknowledged it.
Thank you very much to Dr. John Demartini for those powerful words.